All right, 3, 2, 1, boom. Experimental but huge potential. Boom and bloom. Dispatch, look at it. Look at this thing. Huge. The only way we kick off boom and bloom, and sometimes we end it here, but huge. Boom. In bloom, live from downtown Norman. We're now heading into the belly of the beast. This is Energy Boom 101, the confluence where crude and cannabis meet. And this is a specific episode of Energy Boom 101. By the way, if you haven't picked it up by now, I am driving and videotaping at the same time. Now, that's different than driving and texting. Some may argue it's worse. Some may argue it's better. I'll leave that up to the cognitive scientists. But for now, until we get more than 2 viewers, because it'll be a miracle if we get more than 2 viewers, we're going to continue this narrative style of shooting episodes. And this dispatch is the Boom and Bloom, and we're live from Norman, Oklahoma's downtown. And we're simply going to show you a energy boom in bloom, because we're talking about the energy boom here, both the boom in the crude oil and natural gas industry and the boom in the cannabis community, and they meet all throughout the United States, but one little spot is here in Norman, Oklahoma. By the way, that place is going to have huge potential. There's a new place right there. There's Stash, pretty wicked spot. Gee, I wonder what's in that store. We're going to swing to the right here as we head into the sunset and are blinded by the light. Blinded by the lights of downtown, of Boomtown, Oklahoma, Boomtown, Norman. We're going to go on Gray Street, and I'm going to basically do a little narrative-style documentary of where the boom is unfurling, where are the boom points, where you'll see it swell up, all that good bullshit. Anyway, getting ready to get blinded by the light again, going down Gray Street, downtown Norman, legendary Norman Body Works right there. Garage over to the left there, good burgers. Now, coming up to the right is a great little boom spot, and there's Manchester Chiropractic and Wellness Center. There is Sonder Music. There's Grey Owl Coffee. There's S&J Marketplace. So Grey Owl Coffee was a big boom spot. Back to the left there, we're still heading west into the sun, but behind us as it retreats from this narrative, and most of the audience has retreated, speaking of by now. Behind us also is the Obelisk. Remember that, kids? That's another boom spot. Now, swinging it over to the left here is Sergio's boom spot. Opened up within the last couple years. Should be doing pretty good. Let's see. We're probably going to take you down to Paradise City, probably. They say the grass is green and the girls are pretty, but no one knows for sure. A great example of glorious architecture, United States Post Office, Norman, Oklahoma. Come see it, kids. The gold styling is really pretty wicked. I'm going to swing it around here. Hope you're not getting sick. If so, take some Dramamine. Right back there, that White House. Great little spot right downtown. Don't know what's going on there, but it's got great potential, I'm sure. Speaking of potential, the greatest potential will probably be this building up here to the left. An amazing building with an amazing opportunity, which is that skywalk overlook in this glorious 1977 oil boom look atrium there. That could be the future offices of something. I don't know. Oh, by the way, Flavor Vapor. There's vapor businesses popping up everywhere, so that's not directly tied to the energy boom. Best intersection in Norman in the fall, right here. University and Gray. Okay, so we're going to take you down to Sprouts. That's where we'll start. Sprouts came into town, I guess, a year and a half. I don't know, maybe a year ago. I don't know. But anyways, clearly the anchor tenant for downtown's western end. A big boom point. And I'm sure they're very happy. We don't have any phone calls into corporate yet with Sprouts, because I doubt they'd return them. But if they're listening, Sprouts, if you want to help an interview right here on Energy Boom 101, Transparent Barrel, let us know. We're still blinded by the light, but we're going to take a left here. We're going to get off of Gray Street. We're going to start heading southbound on Flood Street, and we're going to cut you right through the heart of downtown Norman, and we're going to tell you what's going on with the new businesses and whether they're directly tied to the energy or the cannabis boom, or they're just sort of a spin-off supporting the demand for all the different activities that the people will want as they move to Norman. Who are these people moving to Norman? Well, anyone that's coming to work in the energy industry, and there's a lot of them. OU is going to be deeply tied into that. I'm basically just killing time at this intersection. It's, by the way, notorious for taking 57 minutes. That is, although Walden's Cleaners right there, a legendary Norman building, huge Norman building. More than once has a car driven right through it because high school kids get wacky with their muscle cars. I'm sure that's happened out there before. But a little more filler on the narrative behind the energy boom. So, you know, United States oil and gas industry is knocking it out of the park, and Oklahoma being in the oil patch is benefiting. Real shocker. And we're just going to do our best to track it. And then comes along the damnedest thing. But the marijuana trade goes nutso. So you got crude oil popping, you got crude oil gushing, and you got the cannabis trade budding, green gushers. And we're going to try and follow both of them on Main Street as well as Wall Street. That's probably the 23rd slogan now. Speaking of slogans, hey, we got a green arrow. We didn't get a green lantern, but we did get a green arrow. Any references to that, kids? Anyone catch that? Okay, we're getting here on Main Street. Amazingly enough, we're not even 6 minutes into the hour here at K-Rig, so I'm feeling really good about the ability to put good information into this episode. It's content heavy, perhaps is what the kids would say. But let's see, that's a wicked train, by the way. Wicked Dental Depot, that's pretty new. Great little sort of Disneyland kind of business. That's actually should be a part of the boom, because that's a first. But there's Sprouts coming up over here. By the way, you got Toto. Listen to this shit. Toto! Great drums. Oh, by the way, heads up, whenever we hear Boston, we have to pay homage. God rest Brad Bilb's his soul as well. We're going to be passing by Sprouts here pretty quick. And there's a new bank over here. I say new, that one. It's, I don't know, last 4 or 5 years, but that's new enough. There'll be the Sprouts, there'll be the Cellar. The Cellar's been there for about 6 years. I think there's probably some new businesses to the right. There is actually. There's a great one. Wet Pets by Steve. Folks, if you're ever in town, a great, authentic, Norman homegrown business, Wet Pets by Steve. And it's right off here in this Firestone strip mall area. Right across the street from Sprouts in the Cellar, one of the official boom points here at the Energy Boom 101. By the way, it's booming, as you can tell. That's all just Sprouts traffic. That's a Sunday. It's pretty much that way every day. Wet Pets by Steve over there. There it is, Wet Pets by Steve. Unbelievable business. Check it out. Now, off to the right, you're going to see a build-out for a new restaurant. We don't know what stage it's in, but you can tell. There it is right there. Kaboom. There's the facade tower build-out. There's the patio that's been poured, and it's going deep. And let's see what kind of... Okay, now there's a lot of potential. This whole area is still undeveloped. There's a lot of potential. We're on Main Street. We're heading east, and here's a huge potential site is right here. And this glorious building right there, the turquoise, incredible potential. Someone grab it. Beautiful area right here is going to be redeveloped. I hope they can hold on to this that structure right there, but I have a feeling it's going to be redeveloped into high-rise. Scratch, pretty badass restaurant. I've never even been to it, for God's sake, but I will go. But I love what's happening there, and I love that they're successful. Now we're getting into the thick of downtown, and the race is on, and the heartaches are by the dozen. And you got the brew house and Dillard's up here. Now here's a big spot right here, S&B Burger Joint. There's your crude to cannabis connection right there. Boom. Benvenuto's come down there. Great Italian food. Getting right across the track. Center Theater's booming. Got all sorts of plays going on. Off to the right is a great, authentic downtown Norman business. Homegrown Astronomics. Come out here, folks. Unbelievable. Astronomics. You got an Abner's over here. You got a legendary Mr. Roberts. You got the main site gallery right over here, which is, you got syrup, the trendy syrup. Guest Room Records, great place. Guest Room Records. You definitely got to go check that out. You're going to have the legendary diner over here to the left. There's Michelangelo's Social Club, booming what I hear. To the right, there's opportunities for development there. Still plenty of room for some development. German restaurant right here to the corner, really cool. Das Boot, could have thought of a better name perhaps, who knows. Here's a new infill, we call it the infill, Lyra Group. So clearly a boom and bloom. And there was a brand new business that I missed on Gray Street. It's right behind the Gray Owl. We're not going to get to it. It's all right. We've done a full lap of downtown. Now, this was a pretty condensed version because I honestly didn't know if the camera's battery was going to live through this. But so far, it seems to survive. I think we've timed this to where we can end this dispatch, this boom and bloom, on the high note of the actual boom and bloom public art that's so glorious at the end of Main Street. One of my favorite parts of Main Street, by the way, right here. East Main, glorious old Sarkis Foundation. Great little area right there is going to be a boom spot. Here's the authentic East Main Street in Norman. This is tough. This is working man. Get it done, working man, kicking ass. Oh shit, I'm about to run out of battery. If I do, it'll be 3, 2, 1, boom. I hope we can make it to the... there it is. Behold, the tall grass. Worry no more. Have no more anxiety. Cast it to the side. For approaches the tall grass, the public art that nourishes the soul, because it is the connection to the cosmos right here at the east end of downtown, Boomtown. Look at this thing, it's beautiful, which is why we get into the patented Benji lock. The patented, I give this kid credit, Benji, co-worker at Seller gets credit for this, the patented Benji loop, where you're just tied into the gentle spinning of cotton candy that is the mind, and that's it, 3, 2, 1, boom, see ya.